Hey, Dog Breath here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the couple different howlers that I have. First of all, I'll tell you right now, if you're not howling, you're missing out on a lot of fun. I tell you, there's nothing more fun than having a big, bristled up alpha male coyote come on in with, all bristled up, yipping and yapping and looking for a fight. So if all you're doing is distress, I strongly suggest you do some howling. Where I live in Michigan, because of the population increase that we're having, each year I've been howling for several years. Each year it's becoming more and more effective. You're getting more and more vocal responses. There's more and more coyotes. The population keeps going up, so they're bumping into each other. They're becoming more and more territorial. So all that means is if you're not howling, you're missing out on a heck of a lot of fun. So today I want to talk about the two different howlers that I have. This one here is my long range howler. It's part of my ultimate coyote call pack, and it's really a lot of people are afraid to howl because a lot of the calls that you buy out there, the big mass-produced calls on the market, I'll be honest with you, and I've tried them all. Some of them are really tough to and take a lot of practice to get a good howl out of them. My howler is very, very simple. Now this is an open reed call, and that's the type of call that you have the howl on it. Now when I do this, what I'm doing is I'm actually biting down with my teeth, not hard. I'm not leaving a mark or anything. What I'm doing is I'm biting down on both the top, on top of the reed and underneath the call, with a little bit of teeth pressure on there. Now, most of the time I like to start out with my howls with a couple barks. And a bark is simply a quick, short blast of air, the blast of air is followed by my tongue, and what that does is my tongue touches the end of the reed and stops it. So it's an abrupt blast of air. As you blast that air out, your tongue follows and stops the end of the reed. That's where your bark comes from. Most of the time I like to start out with 2 or 3 barks. Okay, sounds like this. So quick blast of air, tap the end of the reed with your tongue, that stops the bark. So the howl. Now that's called friendly howl, an invitational howl. Some guys call it an interrogation howl. It's non-threatening. You kind of bring it up and let it wind off like that. It's very simple to do. If you're having trouble with it, with my call, most of the time it's because you're trying to blow too much air through it. So lighten up a little bit on your air. It's very simple. And the other howler that I have is part of my bark and bang set, and this is the bang, the howler, and this is probably the simplest howler that you can make a good sound on. Almost anybody can pick it up and be howling within 30 seconds. There's nothing to it. Same thing here. I start out with a couple, 2 or 3 barks, and then I go into my howl. Same thing. Teeth on the top, teeth on the bottom, and sounds like this. That's the bang of the bark and bang call set. Now the bang here, one thing that I do like about it, the other howler is a little bit louder because of the shape of the call itself. It's kind of like a horn, so it's a little bit higher volume. You can put that howl out there a little bit farther. But the thing that I like about the bang, it's simple, easy to do a challenge howl on it too. And a challenge howl, you can do a couple barks. You don't want to turn it into a warning bark, but a couple barks, and then it's a howl that starts out, it's an aggressive howl that starts out and then just cuts off. So I'm doing the same thing, a couple quick blasts of air, aggressive howl, and then stop the reed with my teeth and my tongue. So same thing there, 2 blasts of air, 2-3 blasts of air to get your bark. Start that aggressive howl. Stop it with your tip of your tongue and your teeth. Put the stop on the reed. And like I said, if you're not howling, you're missing on a heck of a lot of fun. It's easy to do, and you know there are some howlers on the market that are real tough, and there's some that are so tough you can't even get them to work. But my howlers, I made them to be super easy. Anybody can do them. A little bit of practice, you might drive the neighbor dogs crazy for a while. So if you're not howling, you're missing out on a heck of a lot of fun and a lot of action. So get yourself a couple howlers and go shoot yourself some coyotes.